SHRI Ramayana, Aranya Kanda, book number 3, Sarga 16, Roman numeral XXVI 16, DÚSHAN'S death. When Dushan saw his giant band slaughtered by Rama's conquering hand, he called 5,000 fiends and gave his orders, bravest of the brave. Invincible of furious might, ne'er had they turned their backs in flight. They, as their leader bade them seize, spears, swords, and clubs, and rocks, and trees, poured on the dauntless prince again a ceaseless shower of deadly rain. The virtuous Rama, undismayed, the missiles with his arrows stayed, and weakened ere it fell, the shock of that dire hail of tree and rock. And like a bull with eyelids closed, the pelting of the storm opposed. Then blazed his ire, he longed to smite to earth the rowers of the night. The wrath that o'er his spirit came clothed him with splendor as of flame, while showers of mortal darts he poured. Fierce on the giants and their lord. Dushan, the foeman's dusky dread, by frenzied rage inspirited, on Raghu's son his missiles cast, like Indra's bolts which rend and blast. But Rama, with a trenchant dart, cleft Dushan's ponderous bow apart, and then the gold-decked steeds who drew the chariot with 4 shafts he slew. One crescent dart he aimed which shred clean from his neck the driver's head. 3 more, with deadly skill addressed, stood quivering in the giant's breast. Hurled from his car, steeds, driver slain, the bow he trusted cleft in twain. He seized his mace, strong, heavy, dread, high as a mountain's towering head. With plates of gold adorned and bound, embattled gods, it crushed and ground. Its iron spikes yet bore the stains of mangled foemen's blood and brains. Its heavy mass of jagged steel was like a thunderbolt to feel. It shattered as on foes it fell, the city where the senses dwell. Fierce Dushan seized that ponderous mace, like monstrous form of serpent race, and all his savage soul aglow with fury rushed upon the foe. But Raghu's son took steady aim, and as the rushing giant came, shore with 2 shafts the arms were on, the demon's glittering bracelets shone. His arm at each huge shoulder lopped, the mighty body reeled and dropped, and the great mace to earth was thrown, like Indra's staff when storms have blown. As some vast elephant who lies shorn of his tusks and bleeding dies. So when his arms were rent away, low on the ground the giant lay. The spirit saw the monster die, and loudly rang their joyful cry. Honor to Rama, nobly done. Well hast thou fought, Kakusta's son. But the great three, the host who led, enraged to see their chieftain dead, as though death's toils were round them cast, rushed upon Rama, fierce and fast. Mahakapala ceased to strike his foeman down, a ponderous pike. Stulaksha charged with spear to fling, Pramati with his axe to swing. When Rama saw, with keen darts he received the onset of the three. As calm as though he held a guest in each who came for shade and rest, Mahakalpa's monstrous head fell with the trenchant dart he sped. His good right hand in battle skilled, Stulaksha's eyes with arrows tilled. A trusting still his ready bow, he laid the fierce Pramati low, who sank as some tall tree falls down, with bough and branch and leafy crown. Then with 5,000 shafts he slew the rest of DÚSHAN'S giant crew. 5,000 demons, torn and rent, to Yama's gloomy realm he sent. When Kara knew the fate of all, the giant band and DÚSHAN'S fall, he called the mighty chiefs who led his army, and in fury said, Now DÚSHAN and his armed train lie prostrate on the battle plain. Lead forth an army mightier still, Rama, this wretched man to kill. Fight ye with darts of every shape, nor let him from your wrath escape. Thus spoke the fiend, by rage impelled, and straight his course toward Rama held. With Shienagami and the rest of his 12 chiefs he onward pressed, and every giant as he went a storm of well-wrought arrows sent. Then with his pointed shafts that came with gold and diamond bright as flame, dead to the earth the hero threw the remnant of the demon crew. Those shafts with feathers bright as gold, like flames which wreaths of smoke enfold, smote down the fiends like tall trees rent by red bolts from the firmament. 100 shafts be pointed well, but their keen barbs 100 fell. 1,000 and 1,000 more in battle's front lay drenched in gore. Of all defense and guard bereft, with sounded bows and harness cleft, their bodies red with bloody stain, fell the night rowers on the plain, which, covered with the loosened hair of bleeding giants, prostrate there, like some great altar showed arrayed, for holy rites with grass o'erlaid. The darksome wood, each glade and dell, where the wild demons fought and fell, was like an awful hell whose floor is thick with mire and flesh and gore. Thus twice 7,000 fiends, a band, with impious heart and bloody hand, by Raghu's son were overthrown, a man on foot and all alone. Of all who met on that fierce day, Kara, great chief, survived the fray, the monster of the triple head, and Raghu's son, the foeman's dread. The other demon warriors all, skillful and brave and strong and tall, in front of battle, side by side, struck down by Lakshman's brother, died. When Kara saw the host he led, triumphant forth to fight, stretched on the earth, all smitten dead by Rama's nobler might. Upon his foe he fiercely glared, and drove against him fast, like Indra when his arm is barred, his thundering bolt to cast. Absolutely beautiful Sri Ramayana. The greatest love story ever told. Romeo and Julia, Rama and Janaki. Jai Shri Ram, Hail Ram, Rama Victa, victory to Rama. Larger than life, Rome and Christ, Rama and Krishna. Ciao.